Yo, what up? Let's talk about some games. What do y'all want to talk about? All right. Go ahead and throw the comments on the YT here. Throw those comments in the chat. We can break down every game. We're right now pulling in all of Friday night games and most of Saturday night games, so we can get a little early start here. This St. John's, game has basically just moved constantly in the direction of UConn all day. Um, it I don't know exactly where it opened. I think it opened at like -1 or -1.5 for UConn. Now sitting at -4 for UConn. The money line has just continually poured in for UConn. So interesting. Now I will say that the models that we have are not in agreement on this game. Two of the three main models actually would show no value or slightly in the direction of UConn. But Bart Torvik really likes St. John's in this game. And so it's altering the forecast just a bit. St. John's +4, put rent on it. Yeah, I really wouldn't put rent on it. In fact, I really wouldn't even put like a little bit of rent on it. At this point, I don't think there's any value. We make the number +3, so at a 4.5, maybe there's a tiny bit of value, but it's not the bet that I think it is. Market's been moving all day against me, and or not against me, but against the model. I think it's a stay away personally. Um, I believe there is an injury in this Purdue game for USC. That's inflated the Purdue number a bit, which makes us our model and our numbers lean in the direction of USC. That's a big stay away spot for me. Um, due to that injury, because again, our numbers aren't going to be able to quantify that injury edge. So just some specific games that I've been called out. So what do you guys want to talk about? Again, we can pull in Saturday's games. We have the vast majority of those as well. Right now, there isn't any value on the totals market, which is really where I've been eyeing. And I've been actually being able to win, and I'm profitable up to this point. Very small edge on the over in the Northwestern Washington game, over 136.5. Currently now being priced at it looks like -110. I don't know. It's not a big enough edge. Not a big enough edge for me. UMass. Let's take a look. Mass. I don't see that game. I don't see that game. So I don't know if they play today or tomorrow, but I don't have a forecast for UMass. Boom, 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 boom. I personally have no plays today. Um, I the only thing that's like jumping off the page right now is something I might bet for tomorrow is this Texas game. You can get a +2.5 right now. Um, Sorry, they play Wednesday. Yeah, I only have numbers for tonight and tomorrow, and then every 2 days from there on. Damn, skip me. Um, YT, St. Louis. Yeah, St. Louis State. St. Louis, so let's see, St. Louis. Do they play tomorrow, Jeremy? Ruga. No, today at 9. Okay. You just take a look. We're gonna add to the tool. We're gonna add dates so you can filter by date. Just because we are pulling in St. Louis. Let's take a look here. St. Louis is a D1 team, huh? I have a lot of learning to do as far as the D1 versus mostly bet college basketball or college football. St. Louis. Oh yeah, St. Joseph's. Okay, interesting. Let's see. I was having issues with getting odds for this game earlier. Um, it looks like it's in here though, so we should have a forecast for it. Let's take a look. Yeah, there they go. Okay, yeah, we do have a forecast for that game. You can see it here. We make the number -6 in favor of St. Joseph's. Market sitting here at 6.5. Looks like there's a slight edge to St. Louis on the +6. Let's take a look though. What I like to do, and we're gonna add this to the functionality of the tool here, but you can see that this is the 3 models. So they kind of don't agree. These two would say under 6, but the Bartorvik makes this 7.3. So that makes me a little bit hesitant to bet this. But let's then go to the market here. Another key part of betting this stuff. So market makers have this at 6.5. This thing opened at 5, and is now sitting at 6.5. If you were gonna play it, it looks like +6.5 -105 would be the play. That would make it EV. Now it's a very small EV. But it would technically be EV. 225. Let's also see if you can beat this number in the market. 225. 225, 220. No, unfortunately, it doesn't look like it. Profit X has it at 235. I think unfortunately there's not a ton of value in this game. If you were gonna bet it anyways, and you were gonna bet St. Louis, I would go grab that. That St. Louis +6.5 -105 over at Caesars. All right. Oh damn. Yeah. See, this is just not even worth it. 5 people in here. Damn. Got to figure it out. Anything else, Jeremy? Damn. Internet. I need someone that knows the internet. Purdue USC over 145. Good question. Let's take a look at this game. Now, if you guys want to see, go over the YT, guys. The viewing experience on the YouTube is 100 times better. I can show you the actual tool. I can show you the actual numbers. We can break down every single game. I can't do it on here on TikTok. All right, Purdue USC. We make the number 146. Bear with me. This is in Purdue, Indiana. Yes. No, I think it's in California. We make the number 146. The problem is that only covers the over 51.4% of the time. And so you need to get a pretty compelling price to bet to get over 144. And I think that's what you asked, right? I don't see it. Was it 144.5 or 143? Hey, appreciate it, Jeremy. Thanks so much for the kind words. Yeah, any other games, just let me know. Hopefully, remember, guys, sign up the tool. You got like 3 more hours to get in there, see what it's worth. If it's worth it for y'all for free. And it's gonna go live tomorrow, paid, so no more free access. Do you think USC has a path to the tournament? UCSD or UCI this weekend? Let's take a look. Hey, Seth, what do you think about Dayton +1.5? All right. Remember, go to the YT, guys. Go to the YouTube. The viewing experience is way better. And I can actually show you the tool. All right, let's do these one by one. UCI. What did the fuck is UCI stand for? What is UCSD. That's San Diego. I'm not that dumb. San Diego. Looks like they play on Sunday. I don't have a game. I can only go 2 days ahead. So today, tomorrow. Dayton. I know I saw Dayton in here. Dayton Flyers. We make that game +1. Market's at +1. We make them a 46.3% chance to win. Market's giving them like a 50-ish percent chance to win. Total, we make the number 140. Market's at 139. So not a ton of value here. If you can get a 1.5, one thing I do want to take a look here is what is the market agreement. So Dayton Flyers. So KenPom 2.6, which would be against the bet. Evan 2.6. KenPom makes it 1, and Bart Torvik makes it 2. I think this is a stay away. To be honest. I think it's a bad bet. I think it's a bad bet for Dayton if you want to use the models and you want to use the math. You don't have agreement. You're really only pulling it to 1 because it hasn't moved. If you pull in if you regress this to 1.5, it's going to show no value either way. Irvine, if they play tomorrow, I got a forecast for you. I don't believe they do. Oklahoma. Oklahoma. All right, yeah, we got 4 people in the YT. Just let me know what you guys want to talk about here. I got the TikTok going right next to me. I can't merge them. Oklahoma, we make this number +5. It's currently at +5. What else? So no edge on the spread. Money line, there's a slight edge, +185. We show a 0.7% edge for Oklahoma on the +185. So +185 or better on the money line. Small edge for Oklahoma if you want to be a backer. Total, we make the number 138. Market's at 138. No edge in that game. So if you're going to play it, looks like Oklahoma money line is as good as it's going to get. If Irvine plays tomorrow, it's a small college. We can only pull in forecasts in which there's a live market. So if there's no lines or there's not lines at one of the major books, then I can't pull it in. So bear with me. The tool will have it the tool will have it soon. Later tonight, it'll get pulled in, no doubt. Notre Dame, wicked underrated. Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Tomorrow, we make the number -7. They are at a 7.5. Small edge on the over in that game. We make the number 137. You can bet a 135. That's a 52.5% win or cover probability for the over. I don't know. Looks like there's not a ton of value here in that game. Virginia Tech Hokies. A little bit in that Notre Dame game, a little bit of value for Virginia Tech on the spread, 1.1% edge. So looks like if you want to play in that game, Virginia +4.5, Virginia Tech +7.5, and the over have some edge. St. John's tonight, I personally think it's a really bad play. The models don't agree at all on this game. In fact, you're pretty much only seeing, there's no more value on the spread. If anything, I would stay away personally. I think a 4.5 number can show a little bit of value on the spread. We're showing a ton of value on the money line. I quite frankly know this is because one of the models is very aggressive in that direction. The other two don't agree. Assume UConn been asked, but I just joined. Yeah, no, all good. Love it. Let's go. Is it Reese? UConn, you can see here, we were just talking about it. Let me just pull it up. It's easier to just have it be its own. UConn and St. John's. The tool we're using right now is our college basketball tool. The free trials are going to end tonight. So if you sign up, you can still get in there and see what I'm seeing. Now, like I was saying before, the model really likes St. John's in the money line, but the market has just been continuing to buy UConn all day. which means that professionals really are on the side of UConn unequivocally. And like I said, this is all from one model. We pull in right now 3 models, and it's all driven by one model, Bart Torvik. So personally, it's not a bet for me. I would stay away. If you're gonna bet this anyways, maybe you consider playing it. Maybe you consider playing it personally. It's a stay away for me. It's a stay away for me. 13.5. There is a key injury in that USC game. I would stay away. I don't know. What do you think about Oregon in general? Purdue 13 minus 13. We make the number Purdue. Boilermakers 13. It's currently at 13.5, which looks like there would be edge on USC. But like I said before, there is a key injury in that USC game. So I would use some caution. How do I pay for the tool on the site? So if you go to BTB-analytics and then go to college basketball and go to CBB package right here, boom, sign up. And if you click here, it'll take you right there. So you can get regular season alone. You can get all of it. Or you can get March Madness alone. This is obviously the best value. You'll get all of it. And there is a discount code, live15. Live15 will get you 15% off. Thanks for the question, Philip. All right. Does this have games for tomorrow too? If I sign up for night, yeah, I'll give you. In Reese, I want to make sure it's a tool that's going to work for you. You go sign up right now. The free tool, you can see tomorrow's games. We pull a game. We pull the next day's game. So we're always allowing you to bet the overnight. You can go see the free. You can see the games in the free tool right now. You'll lose access at 8 tonight. Princeton 7.5. Princeton Tigers. We make the number -7. It looks like the market's mostly at 8. 7.5s are probably expensive, I would suspect. We do not like that bet. We make this game 7. Looks like the market's sitting at 8. Who does Princeton play? Penn? The Pennsylvania Quakers. I did not know that's their logo. We basically make it a break-even bet at +7 Penn. And then a little bit of value for Penn on the money line at +280, 1.6% value there. So it's a stay away for me personally. Let's see what the market's got going on with this game. On the spread, yeah, market is sitting at 8 at all the market makers, 8.5 at Circa. Yeah, there's no 7s. 8.5s now, 9s at DK. I think you're getting ripped off at this point. Personally, I think it's a better play now, quote unquote, fading Princeton at you can get a 9. You can get a 9 over at DK right now. There's no market maker that has this at 9. So they're giving you a half point for free, basically. Thanks for the share, Gavin. I got 7.5 -105. It's not a bad bet, but our numbers wouldn't really support it. We can dig a little bit further here because it seems like you really feel strongly. Yeah, I mean, Ken Paw makes this 7. Bart Torvik makes this 4, and Evan Maia makes this 6. So all the models agree that 7.5, 8, 8.5, 9 are just too much for this Princeton team. Based off our numbers, you overpaid, unfortunately. That's just our opinion. All right, what other questions we got? I'm sorry I didn't get that. I got on your site and didn't see the sign up page. Again, you just go to member access or college basketball, either one. But if you just go down on the member access, you click this link, click here for college basketball plans, it'll take you right there. Or if you go to college basketball and then go to CBB package, it'll take you to the same place, and then you can sign up right here. All right. What else? What else y'all want to talk about? All right, what do you guys want to talk about? I think right now one of the better bets that I can see is Texas versus Vanderbilt. Texas versus Vanderbilt right now is 3.2% edge. I really think 3% edge is really basically what you want to be targeting. Texas Vandy, it's not even opened. I guess look, it's opened here at Chris at 2. Circa and Pinnacle don't even have a line, so there's not even a market. So right now, look, you can get Texas 2.5 minus 106. I mean, that might be a steal, right? To be honest, you're getting a half point for 1 cent here. I mean, this is a big deal. Let's go back to the forecasts. And here you can see Evan Maye makes this -1. Kempah makes this -1 for Texas, and then Bart Torvik makes this +2. So again, another, like, when you're getting 2.5, at least you're on the right side of all of these all the models here. So I think that might be a play for me. Texas +2.5 -106 at FanDuel. Make every moment more. Can I see what you're seeing right now without buying? Yeah. Yep. Go sign up free. Free. You can see it for a couple hours. How do you sign up for that though? To be honest, I don't know. Or has it been taken down? Sign up now. I guess you can't. I guess we took it down. So there is no way to sign up for the live tool. I guess you're either that ship has sailed. That seems weird, but we need to pull some of these things down. Calculators about. Yeah, unfortunately, I guess it's pulled down. It's pulled down. I mean, it's a moot point. In 3 hours, the tool is no longer going to exist, or not the tool, the free version. So I think that's why we pulled it down. What's Alabama Arkansas looking like tomorrow? Okay, yeah, big matchup in the SEC. Alabama Arkansas. I do love my ma and pa. All right, Alabama Arkansas. We're at 6. We make the number 6. Market makes it 6.5 as of right now. Man, I hate to say it, but we just show no value any which way on any team. Let's see what the market has, because we're still really early in that market. It's a pretty immature market, to be frank with you. Alabama, Arkansas, only Chris has a market here. They're making the number 5.5. Now, that might be some value for Alabama. You're just getting ripped off right now at the retail books. They all have it at 6.5, but the only market that exists has it at 5.5. So, that's classic retail books trying to take advantage of you. Let's take a look under the hood. Bart Torvik makes this 6, Kempah makes this 4, and Evan makes this 2. Not what I like to see from a consensus standpoint. Now, if you can bet a 5, 5.5, maybe you could consider pulling that trigger on Alabama. Once we're on the other side of that 6.5 number, I don't like it as much. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think it's a great bet. Let's take a look at the total. We're at 163. Market is at 163. So no value there. We're kind of all over the place. 164 Bart Torvik, 162 Kempah, 160 Evan. You take the median of all those, you get 163. So personally, I think as of right now, it is not a great bet. Is adjusted efficiency the best tool used when making brackets, or what is your favorite stat? Something that's modeling things. So I would use Kempah. I would use tools like ours, where you're gonna see the value. I would also, one thing I don't see people do that they should use the betting markets. So you can see the opening line for every team on the money line. Dogs that see price action move, meaning that their number is high and it gets lower and lower. It is plus 800, then it goes to plus 750, then plus 700, and it closes at plus 650. You can look a couple days before you fill out your bracket, or the night of, and you can see where the market is saying there's value on those dogs and they're betting it. And so it'll move in that direction. The betting market is one of, if not the best places to get information on who's going to win or not. Could be weird hunch. Okay, let's hear it. Could be weird hunch, but every time I see a weird 6.5 line, I feel like the underdog wins outright. Yeah, I would say that's a hunch more than a statistical driven thing. Oregon versus MSU and Michigan versus Indiana, please. All right, let's do it. So Oregon MSU. Let's see if that game is at Oregon, Michigan State. We make this number -8 in favor of Michigan State. You can see here a slight, it's almost neutral bet here for Michigan State at the -8. And then it's not sexy, but there is a little bit of value on the money line. We give them a 78.3% chance to win. This is about 1% less than the implied probability. So anything less than -1 345, sorry, -345 for Michigan State would be some value on the money line. And as you can see here, no value on the total. What was the other one? Michigan, Indiana. All right. Is that game in Indiana or is it in Michigan? We'll just look for the big old damn go blue. No value here on the spread. We're 3, markets at 3. Now what you can do is you can go to the market, this is a key part of using the tool. You need to have a way to shop the lines. So Michigan, you can see 2.5, 2.5. So these 2.5s could be value here for if you want to be a Michigan backer. Let's take a look under the hood. Michigan Wolverines here. 3, 4, and 3. We'd round that up to 4. So 4, 4, and 3. So a 2.5 Michigan, depending on the price. See, you're getting jacked here. -120 for FanDuel. They're pricing you over the head. They're price gouging you. Look at the market maker. You can get it at 106, right? So you're paying 14 cents more. This is a break-even probability of 54%. This is a break-even probability of 51%. You have to be right 3% more often to lay this -120. DK, I think, might be a little bit of a sitting duck here. There could be some value here at DK -2.5, -110 for Michigan if you want to be a Michigan backer. Looks like there's a potential way to take advantage of that Michigan State game that you were just asking about. No, it was at the 7.5. So unfortunately, I think there's not a lot of value there depending on the price. Let's go back, just double check. Michigan State. You would need, maybe you consider playing it if you want to break even bet for Michigan State -108, -7.5 if you want to be a Michigan State backer. Philip, I'm glad to hear. I hope you were able to get it, and looking forward to getting some action for you in the tool. Okay, Nebraska thoughts. Nebraska. Yeah. Where's Nebraska? Who do they play? I need that big red. Where's that big red? I think Nebraska played last night, didn't they? I don't see Nebraska, so I don't think they play tomorrow. No Nebraska. Sorry. Go Eagles. Shout out. I'm on a lot of Jalen Hurts props. I did make the Jalen Hurts legacy game same game parlay today. I ended up leaving the over off of it. I don't think the over is necessarily correlated in any way with a Jalen Hurts legacy game, but over attempts, there was no way to add completion. So I just have over attempts, over yards, and Eagles money line. Nebraska plays Ohio State on Sunday. Yes, Sunday. I'd only have forecasts. There has to be a market for me to price it against. Okay. And there's no point of forecasting out 3 days. So I only forecast out 2 days ahead. So today, tomorrow I'll have Sunday forecasts. Houston. Who does Houston play? Now, the cool thing is about the tool, you can just put in Houston here and it'll come right up. The only thing is, for me, when I'm on here, I think it's just easier to just keep it all like this because then I can sort by game. I should have just looked who Houston plays. I think Houston plays Colorado. Slight edge here in the direction of Houston. No real value. Man, it's really difficult to price these large spreads. I'm not going to lie to you. A lot of fluke shit happens out here. I think you'd need to get a really, really good edge or a really good price in order to bet this Houston game. We do point in that direction. But yeah, I just don't think the price is there, unfortunately. Price isn't there for me. Can you price first half bets too? I cannot. This tool will not allow me to do that or allow anybody to do that. This will just get you full game sides, full games money lines, full game totals. Which I've been focusing a lot on totals, doing really well. Just not the value there yet. But the markets move quite a lot, especially overnight. So I'll be patient. This Texas game right now is the only game that I personally will be betting. Oklahoma plus 5.5 minus 106. Oklahoma, where the who did we say they played? Tennessee, go Vols. Good old Rocky Top. Woo! Rocky Top, Tennessee. It's not crazy. Oklahoma 5.5 minus 106 is not crazy. I think you got the right number. The 5 is not enough. Our forecast is we make it 5. Let's look under the hood though, and let's see. Bart Torvik 4, Kempom 3, and Evan Maya 4. So yeah, I think you got like a point or two of value, and yeah, I think it's a good bet. I like the price. That's the most important for me, Jeff. I like the price. Oregon, Michigan State. We just did that. There's pretty much no value. You would need to get a really cheap minus 7.5 for Michigan State, like a minus 105. Without that, there's not enough value on the spread. You're looking at Saturday slate. Yeah, we can price any game for Friday or Saturday. Remember, the tool goes live. It goes live, baby. It's going live tonight. It's going live tonight. It's going live tonight. It's going to go from free to paid tonight. Oklahoma fits that. I don't know what the fuck that means. Shout out. I don't know. Fits what? You looking at Saturday slate? Yeah, I don't know. What are y'all betting? Is everybody on the St. John's thing? This is a mistake. Like, I would not go chase it. Kansas State versus Kansas. They play? Is that in-state? Kansas State versus Kansas. Yeah, there it is. Kansas State versus Kansas. We would lean in the direction of Kansas Jayhawks on the spread. A little bit of value on the money line as well. We could shop this. Looks like 4.5. 4.5. Yeah. Look, you're paying a half a point. You're paying a half a point premium because they want to try to tax you. That's what I'm saying. Once Pinnacle and Circa open, all of these guys will copy one of these 3 books. Right now, they're taxing you. They know that they copy these guys. They just right now there's not enough liquidity because people aren't, you guys don't bet enough. You don't bet early enough, right? So I think there's slight value, but I think you're going to be overpaying personally. I think you're going to be overpaying at a 4.5. Who you got in the Patriot League? Don't know what that is. I can't see New Mexico. They buried under Utah. Don't know. I took UConn minus 3 last night. Now I'm cooked. Please help. Dom, what do you mean? That's like insane CLV. The market is just nonstop bought UConn. And I get it. Our numbers point on the money line in St. John's direction. It's a bad bet. Only one of the models really likes St. John's. The other two would just say stay away from the game. So I think personally, you got a great bet. Guys, start judging your bets by closing line value, not if they win or lose. If you want to be a profitable sports bettor, I don't even care if you want to be a professional. You want to be profitable, you want to beat books, you want to actually make money sports betting, CLV, closing line value. This is the metric you should be measuring. Win rate is a fickle beast. The dumbest person in the world can randomly bet on coin flips, and these are coin flips. If you're betting on the sides and totals, you're betting on the spread, you're betting on the total, those are implied 50-50 markets. You're basically guessing if it's going to be heads or tails. I promise you, the dumbest people in the world can guess 5 or 10 games right, or they can go 8 for 2. They're going to think they're amazing. No, it's just they've randomly guessed 8 out of 2 games. I think it's a good time to sell on St. John's, just my opinion. Yeah, I wish I could say I think it's a good time to sell. I just ultimately the numbers just don't support a bet. I mean, so we show like a ton of value on the money line. Where is this game? Is this game at UConn? Yeah. What the fuck? Here, I'll just filter it because it's the biggest game. See, we show like a 5% edge on the money line. And this number has just gone up, 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 meaning that the market is just betting on UConn. So at this point, it is what it is. You think Oregon makes the tourney? Still, I have no idea. No idea, Marga. I got no idea they'll make the money line. But if you look here, if we jump under the hood, what you'll see is St. John's. Look, Evan makes this. They win by they win small. 1 point. Kevin Palm lose by 1 point. Bartorvik win by 1 point or lose by 1 point. Look at the cover probabilities. The only thing that actually puts this over 50% is Evan. The other two are under 50%, and they're more in line with the market. So, well, at this point, the market is definitely this. You could consider this oversold. Maybe this is potentially a buyback spot. I don't know. Maybe am I talking myself into a bet? That it would be classic me. UConn. Let's take a look. Let's use our math brains. Let's not be narrative based. Connecticut St. John's. Plus 160. Well, that's already bigger than this. That's basically that number. Can we get anything but plus 170 at ESPN bet? Guys, that might be like the peak of the market. So at plus 170, my implied improbability here is 37%. Wow. When does this game start? In an hour. Guys, I might have to bet plus 170. You St. John's plus 170. I don't know. Tell me I'm crazy. I'm with you, Reese. I just convinced myself. I think I might have to buy the plus 170 because even if I think that the true win rate is 40%, I have a 3% edge. I don't know. What do you think about Ohio State? Auburn is great, especially at home, but 8.5 versus Florida seems like many points. Models thoughts. Dom, I love the question. Such a good setup. You got the context. You got the narrative. I love it. Come hang out on the YouTube, guys. It's a much better viewing experience for everybody. I can actually show the model. You can see. I can throw up every game. So I would come over and hang on the YouTube, guys. The YouTube live is going strong. IO, go Bucks. All right, shout out Reese. You a real one. Okay, what are we talking about? He was talking about Auburn. I make the number. We show that the market's at 9. 9 here, not you were saying 13 or sorry, maybe I missed it. No, you did say 8.5. So I apologize. We make the number 9. Our median number is 9. Now we can look under the hood here. And just for anybody, on the YouTube, you're seeing me look under the hood. We're adding a consensus metric to the model, so you won't. You guys don't have access to this, but you'll be able to do this basically. Bartorvik 10, Kempom 8, and Evan Maevan a 9. Auburn. It seems like you're really just kind of on market. I know that's maybe not sexy to say, like there's not really value one way or the other. Florida Auburn spread. I think you would really need a 7.5. But look at this. I mean, bookmaker Chris has this at 10. It got bought from 9 to 10. You can get an 8.5. Huh. I think if you're gonna bet it, you got to get grab an 8.5. These 8.5 at DK and Bet 365. That looks to be a potentially okay bet. I personally would stay away. I ooh, hey, Dom, damn, Dom everywhere, man. Dom can't be stopped. Dom can't be stopped. The final answer here. So I hope you would agree that this is like a bit of a better viewing experience. I can zoom in even more to make it even better for y'all. Like I was saying here, and I don't know if you caught this, Dom. So sorry if I'm repeating, but here's the 3 forecasts from the 3 reputable models that we scrape. You can see 9, 8, 10. But then the other piece of the puzzle right now, which we don't have a lot of data or like quote unquote all of the data. Sorry, bear with me. Is you can see Chris has this at 10. It opened at 9. It's now sitting at 10. This is the only market making book. You can see where the rest of the market is here. Is 9s, 8.5s, you know. So I think if you're gonna play it, 8.5 isn't crazy. But I would really be curious to see what happens later in the week when we get when these 2 books open. How often do you do these lives? We try to do them every day. Clemson versus Duke. You're not going to be able to game the system though. Well, shout out. If you think you can just hop on live and get all your answers question instead of signing up for the model, you try it. You're not going to get the best price, like period. You have to shop this kind of all day, right? You have to have a strategy. You're not going to be able to just hop on the live and be able to win every single day. At least that's my 2 cents. You give it a try if you think you can do it. It is love the quadrant graph though. Shout out. How do you feel about New Mexico? New Mexico. Okay. Who do they play? New Mexico, New Mexico. Who does New Mexico play? I don't see a forecast for them. About to take a look at the tool. Shout out. Hey, how's Doug doing? How you doing, Doug? Have the game started yet? No, I don't think any games have started. It's a very small slate for a Friday. I think there's only like 7 or 8 games. How long would you go losing money if you were getting CLV before you concluded market is wrong? Well, how am I? Okay, there's some questions I would have. How liquid is the market? How much data do I have that I have an edge? And those two pieces of information would allow me to know what to do. So let me give you some nuance to that question. So this person's asking, like, I'm saying CLV, closing line value, is the most important thing. How long would you keep betting into a market where you're seeing CLV but you're losing? So I say liquidity. NFL is the most liquid market. If you're seeing CLV on 55 to 60% of your bets in the NFL, you're doing something right. The other piece, how much information do I know I have an edge, or at least that I think I have an edge? Like, how much back testing do I have? Have I been betting this model before? That would also help, right? You know, NFL, again, I think people think CLV means you're supposed to see CLV on 100% of your picks. No, there's no way. It's a market. If you're always on market, then it's not really an efficient market, right? If you always are the same side that the market's moving, well, that's just unheard of. Think about that. That would mean you're 100% right at the time. No, you want to be in the direction of the market, 55 to 60% of the time, because the majority of the time the market is going to get it right, right? So you want to be in the direction where the market is getting it right. So that those two pieces would do it for me. So NFL, we were profitable this year. The NFL, a lot of sharps weren't profitable this year. We saw CLV on about 55% of our bets. Most of the games in the weeks we won, we saw negative CLV this season. It just kind of is what it is. But we have those things that weather the storm, so to speak. Okay. About to take a look at the tool. Shout out. Thanks, Doug. Who do you think is going to be in the final four? I don't know, Ryan. I don't know. How many percent? How many percent points of value necessarily want? Well, Dom, that's a tricky thing to answer because games aren't priced linearly. So what do I mean by that? The same amount of value you might get here. Let's take a look here. So look, this is a 1.5 of value. This is half of a point of value. This is half. Yeah, here you go. Here's a half point of value. These two half point of values might not be priced the same probabilistically. Why? If you're a 1.5 point favorite, but we say you're going to win by 2, this is worth more than this because points on a 16 point spread are not as valuable, right? Than they are on a 1.5 point spread. So probabilistically, it's not necessarily linear between them. So that's what our value framework is doing here. There isn't some math equation that says this and then give this. What is happening is you have to go and you have to build these things. We call them value frameworks, but you have to quantify all these using the histograms. So basically the results of the games. So what does that mean? It means that, right, we can look at historically the cover rates at all of the different combinations. So you can, what if you made the game +2, but you thought they should be a 64 point favorite? Well, that covers 99% of the time. Obviously, that never happens. But you get the point here. And so what's happening is we're giving it this information, and it's going to those tables and looking those up. Those value frameworks, how are those generated? Using the probability density functions from all of the historical games to the last 6 seasons. And then we upweight and downweight based of the cover rates of each of those numbers based off the historical betting data. I think you said 3-ish, Dom. Yeah, 3% though is what triggers a bet, if that was the question. I just went on a crazy tangent. Yeah, 3% edge. Thoughts on Ohio State? How far they go in the tournament? Is VT ranked on this chart? KenPom top 100 on this chart. Who do you think is going to win the Final Four? Don't know. Right now, for me, this Texas bet's the only thing where I would put my money. Now, the reason you can use the tool though is you can shop this stuff, right? So 54% win probability. If you shop this Georgia line, can you get a Georgia? So what do we think it is? Georgia 1.5. So look, you can get there's barely any games. This is barely open. Oh, I was looking at the wrong game. Sorry. So Georgia 1. Yeah, look, I'm getting taxed to bet early. And we kind of see that consistently. Unlike the NFL, I think that you're probably better off betting the morning of, not the night before. You got it. Makes sense. How much is this? It's after the tool, it's about $150. If you sign up for the whole thing and you use code live, I think we have live 20 if you want to use it, 20% off. If that doesn't work, live 15 will work. It's about $150 for the full season, including March Madness. There are cheaper options. So when calculating edge, line price isn't taken into account. -5. Yep. Yeah. 100%, Dom. So that's only half the battle, right? So then we have a cover probability. So let's just take some examples. So the market's +1. All right, let's live in reality here. So the market's +1 and we make it -1. We think they'll win by 1, but the market's saying they'll lose by 1, right? This cover probability is 52.08. So then what we do is we take the price of the market, usually is minus 110, and this is how you get a cover you get an edge percentage, right? So this is a cover probability that this number is that you're seeing here. And sorry, I was trying to zoom in, but that just made things worse. This is a cover probability. And then we subtract that from our break even percentage, i.e., the odds you're betting. That's how you tell yourself, that's how you know the edge. So you're exactly right. You can shop the price and that will change your edge. And that's exactly where I was going. So you can shop these prices, and using this number, you'll know, okay, well, it's going to cover 54% of the time. So if I could get it at plus 100, it's now a 4% edge, right? Remember that your break even probability is ultimately, a huge part of how much value you can find. Price is everything. Price is what determines a good bet versus a bad bet. At this, if this minus 2, even though we think there's an edge on the spread, if this was priced at minus 150, it would be a bad bet because it won't win enough, it won't cover enough to overcome your break even, right? For you guys, shout out. Still seeing value on Texas 2.5 minus 106. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna bet it. UConn minus 4, lock of the day. Dang, you heard it from Tyler. He bets mature markets and has never won anything in his life. He's never beat the books one time. He's never beat the market, not one day. He only beats it one. I'll give him 1 month a year. He's profitable. That's Tyler. Showing up to the market in its most mature state. Could have bet a minus 1 20 hours ago. Nope, no need. Yeah, Dom, that's exactly right. I will say that these books, once everything opens, like you're seeing here, the disadvantage of like this Georgia line. Like, look how many books don't have it priced, and there's only one market making book that has it priced. And so, like, there isn't a lot of competition here in price. The moment everything starts, going fast here, let's take a look at some of these mature markets. Yeah, see, look, like you see this, you look at the difference in prices you can get right now in this mature game. So this game's about to start, and look at the differences in prices. Like you can get a 106, a 105. Now it's expensive, but like I'm telling you, midday you can get some. I've gotten some really great value. So I agree with what you're saying, but like the more mature, like I'm saying, like 10 a.m. seems to be like the perfect time to bet these games. What's your CFB team? I don't really have a CFB team. We bet professionally CFB, so like we're betting, 10 to 15 games a weekend. I went to the University of Arizona. So maybe that's why I don't claim it. I don't claim it hard for CFB because we're not good. We were good 2 years ago. We were okay, but we were shit this year. And U of A's University of Arizona has never been a football school. Where's UNR? Oh my God. Modeled not showing Fresno game or Boise game. I know. You know what, Doug? I don't have a great answer for you. All I know is our odds API, which is where we get all of the games from, it's not generating a spread for this game. And obviously there's a spread for this game. I don't know. I don't know why. But it's not an us issue. It's an odds API issue. Our paid, that's where we pay to basically get the odds data. So I know I saw that, and I apologize, but there's kind of nothing I can really do about it. It's our data provider. I don't know why. I was thinking, oh, maybe is this a small game? No, like it's at every single book. Johnny's or UConn tonight. I don't know. I think this is definitely overbought. You're definitely getting peak numbers. An ESPN bet has plus 170 for St. John's. I think that's peak pricing. On the spread, this is now sitting at 4. It's still just not enough personally to bet it for St. John's. I think though, at this point, it's completely overbought on the money line for UConn personally. Just got to keep you until 8 so you don't take that plus 70. Shout out Dom, saving me from myself. I appreciate you, Dom. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Guys, come and hang out on the YouTube. The viewing, Dom, did I leave you astray? Is the viewing experience better over here? Give me some feedback, but the viewing experience is much better. You can actually see the tool. I think it's a much better viewing experience, but you guys can see what we're talking about. I think Pitt will make a run. Betting Saturday night games, Friday night is tough on the account longevity. I feel like can always change later. Yeah, I think that's actually a fair point. To be honest, and we have a distribution of bettors that kind of view our content. I think if you're a more advanced bettor, I think you're 100% right. If you're already doing sharp things, you're right. You're right. Point blank. But like I was saying before, I see a lot of market manipulation. And therefore I actually see a lot of opportunities midday. That's where I've actually found most of them. Deleted your last video. The music is too loud. I don't know what the last video was. So delete your last video. Actually, what I'll do is I'll just block you until you'll never have to watch our content ever again. Boom. That is a win-win for everybody. Boom. There you go. Where is Oklahoma? I don't know. I don't know where Oklahoma is. This is KenPom top 100, so I'm not sure. All right, YT, come hang up. Okay, come hang out on the YouTube, guys. Much better viewing experience. I promise y'all. Are your models just a combo of three Bart Torvik, KenPom, and Evan Maya? Yes. They were DR ratings in Massey. We found that they weren't very good. So we removed those. And then next week, we're rolling out, we're going to add Hasla. So we're going to add Hasla metrics right here. We're going to add this to the scrape. So we're going to have those 4 models be so this is where the idea all comes from, right? So what have we learned in pricing NFL and college football games? So we have our own models that we use play-by-play data for. It takes a ton, and I mean a ton of work, years literally, to come up with a model that can beat the market. So what we figured is, well, what if we try to harness the power of consensus, right? We can get really good models, right? We know KenPom's a really good model. What if we can find other models like Bart Torvik and Evan Maya and Hasla? We can take all of their forecasts. We can create a median forecast. We know how to price this stuff, right? I showed you the value frameworks that we have, and we have to develop this stuff, but we invested in it and developed it. And we thought, well, look, using the power of consensus, I wonder if we can shop these lines and beat the market. So far, we have. But at a minimum, guys, what really, the other huge aspect of it from a business and from an opportunity, we know you guys are betting these games. We could tell that college basketball is like one of the biggest areas you guys are betting, and you guys love it. You consume this stuff, but you guys are just betting with intuition. And even if you are betting with KenPom, you're not quantifying your edge, which is a really hard part. So we built this tool because we want y'all to make better bets. You guys want to start acting, like professionals. You want to start betting sharper. These are the types of tools you can use to help quantify and tweak and ultimately optimize a process for you to be able to win. So that was kind of the background. I'm interested to see performance after Hasla is added. Yeah, the trick here, Dom, that makes it unique than some other situations is there's no way to back test, right? Because I can't go and get historical aggregate forecasts, right? I can't go and get KenPom forecasts from 6 months ago. Now Bart Torvik does actually allow you to do that, and so I've done a bunch of analysis there, but so it makes it the only tricky thing. So you have to really keep a keen eye. What I've been tracking is Hasla relative to those 3, and he's within 2 on the totals. He's about 3 point standard deviation, which is good, I think. And then on the sides, he's much more in line with those 3 markets. What can happen is if the models aren't really good or calibrated really well, you just get an outlying forecast, which doesn't actually help you because it's just noise. What's Dayton looking like? Dayton looking like Dayton. Who does Dayton play? Dayton plays. Dang. The Dayton Flyers got a cool ass logo. I'm not gonna lie. VCU. They play VCU. VCU. A little bit of value for VCU on the money line. We show about a 2% edge on the money line. Anything minus 118 or better for VCU. Almost some value on the on the total, but not quite. What about JMU Dukes? Dukes. Who does JMU play? Dukes. Dukes. It's not there. What? Ooh, what happened? What's not there? Think K-State can make tourney. I'm not sure. What's Dayton look like? What does New Mexico need to do to respect? It's not there. Never mind, I lied. What does New Mexico need to do? Win. East Carolina. East Carolina. Sweet home, East Carolina. I don't think we have a forecast yet for them. I don't see a game for them. JMU, will they make the tourney? Yes, everyone will make the tourney. If you ask me what team will do, I'm going to tell you win. And if you say, are they going to make the tourney? I'm going to say yes. You'll see us make. I mean, we do make content. Steve just made a content about the value. I'll run the futures model here in March, early March. They'll go far. JMU will win the national championship. Period. Point blank. I'm kind of sad. I mean, this will change in the morning, no doubt. I think this may be the only thing worth nibbling on. This Texas. I'm from Texas. Texas minus 106 plus 2.5. Is Vanderbilt good, guys? I don't know anything. I don't watch these games. I don't know about these teams, which in some ways has helped me because I'm not in my head about this narrative or that narrative. Is Green Bay going to make the tournament? Green Bay will make the tournament and they will win the national championship. Damn, we got 9 people in here. What games you guys want to see? We got St. John's tips here in like what 15 minutes? Yeah, 15 minutes. Let's see. Is that number? I bet you this plus 170 is gone. I bet you. Wow. Nope. It's still there. Wow. We're getting peak pricing, don't you think? What do you guys think? Peak pricing. It is the peak pricing. Plus 180. Just moved to plus 180. Holy shizzle. Guys, are like plus 180. You know what, Danny? I'm sad to say this. This is for whatever reason. Our odds API is not pulling in for this game. So I don't, but you know what? I will do the hard work for you. I will calculate it for you. So Boise State. So what do we make this? We make Boise State 12. Okay. So they're 12. Can anyone do 83.45 minus 69.38 for me, please? $13.7. Anybody got that for me? Okay, thank you. What are the numbers? 83.54 minus 69.38, please. Thank you. Doggo. I'm a doggo. Steel horse I ride. I'm wanted, dead or alive. 14.16. Thank you. You're the best. All right. Then we can divide this by 4. Although, gotta remove that. Minus 2. Oh, sorry. Divided by 4. I use the median, but I can't do it here. So 13. All right. So we have this number times 0.3 plus, what's the market got on this bad boy? Spread. Boise, it looks like it's, I'm going to use Circa's number, 14.5. 14.5 times 0.7. We make the number 14.3. Market's at 14.5. So you can see it's going to be basically no value. So there you go. No value on either play in that game. All right. Back to it. All right. Appreciate you guys because you bet stats. When I first started betting, I would think I was smarter than the numbers. Yeah, most people do. I've been betting for 4 years now and started taking every trap line. Not every time though, because of you guys. What's a trap line? I don't even know what that is. You know that's not real. You think Arc slides in? Ayo, where Nebraska at? I don't know. This is KenPom Top 100. How can you feel about St. John's and UConn tonight? I can tell you that it just feels very overbought. The market just moved again. Here, I'll re-pull in the numbers. We'll get the most up-to-date numbers. This the tool pulls in odds every 5 minutes. Yeah, so this needs to be refreshed. I mean, St. John's plus 180 just feels fucking crazy. No? What do we feel, guys? We feel like we gotta. I gotta bet this or what? It's absolute peak pricing. Let's just say that absolute peak pricing. Ayo money line, not losing that game at home with Liam back. Don't overthink. I mean, the market is just buying it though. Why? I mean, oh, we got more games being pulled in. Whoa, look at all those games. They don't have money lines yet. Wow. These Saturday slates are wild. I love this tool. Look at all the games that don't have money lines yet. Crazy. All right. Yeah, see, it still has some errors though because the odds API still has errors. So this is wrong. So ignore this. Did St. John's just start? It must have started. It must be about to start. Yeah. Dang, look at that. It's crazy. There must be a big edge on the money line. Oh yeah, it pulled in 0%. This has gotten even bigger. Okay, let's see here. Now we got some more games. Okay, finally, we got some games we can bet. All right, we got some over-unders. Let's go, baby. I love targeting these unders, man. Kent State under 139. Well, you can't even get a 139. Yeah, see, it's slow. Damn. Yeah, that was a steal. However long it lasted, it was a steal. See, this is like when the market first opens on these games, it's just like there's only one book pricing it. Thanks for the follow, Jeff. Nevada fan, especially solid 9.5 to New Mexico. Shout out. A trap line, for example, is when a ranked team is always +3.5 on an unranked team at home. Remember, Reese, you're betting into a market. That would a trap would imply that it's not a market, right? There's an omnipotent person that knows what the truth is. They don't know what the truth is. Vegas doesn't know what the truth is because Vegas isn't an entity; it's a market. It'd be like saying the NASDAQ is setting a price trap. Like, no, the market could be overpriced or underpriced, but it's a market, and the market does not get swayed by public bettors, only professional bettors. So all night you've heard me reference market making books, right? Market making books. You've heard me say that. These 3 books right here, Chris or Bookmaker, Pinnacle, and Circa. These are market making books. These people will take a bet from anybody in the world at their set limits. All of these other books are copying some version of these books. Look, why are they at 152.5? Because the market makers are at 142, 143, and 143. So they're just going to price it right in the middle. Right? Or look, 143.5. Oh, but it's juiced to the favorite or the dog. So this must be a public dog. So this is the type of traps they're doing. They're setting a price trap for you, but that's about it. Or it's the over, right? Because the public likes to bet the over. They'll do that. Here, we can go to the spread. We can see something similar. 4.5, 4.5, 4.5. All right. These are all at 4.5, but you can see the odds. So they're pricing it accordingly. Look, you can get a 3.5. ESPN bet is begging for you to bet St. John's, basically. But here's what the true price really is. It's reflected here. Let's see this money line. Has it changed? Oh, look. Whoa, it came way down. Someone's bet this. Someone's betting this. +1. It was +180. You could have got 25 cents. Do you think the Super Bowl is an example of the public being able to impact the market? To some degree, yes. Yeah, I do. The handles can get so large that is true. But the CEO of DraftKings came out and said that he has a more handle on Saquon and other anytime touchdown liability than they do on the sides and totals. That's as of now, but wow, we should have bought it. We saw it, but we didn't act. +180 was a steal. Vegas policy. No, I agree. I'm 100% with you, but when the public bettors who sees a ranked team and an underdog always occurs. Shout out. You have informed me that the marketplace last year, I understand somewhat how it works, but a weird open line in CUV is interesting. Yeah. Yeah. And the opening lines are really just guesses. They're just the starting point of the market. I mean, you can see how immature. Look, like these don't even have markets yet. Like this Tulsa, Florida Atlanta game, there's no market. These teams are just they just open these on their own. Yeah, +180 went so fast. Yeah, I should have got it. Will Cooper be an NBA All-Star? I have no idea. What's VPC? Value proposition something. All right, guys. I think I'm gonna hop off. I hope y'all are doing well. The tool is gonna go from free to pay tonight. Code live 20 should get you 20% off. For those that sign up for the free package, you're gonna get a 24-hour period to get a 25% discount if you sign up for the live. This will bring the price to around $150 for all of the games for the whole season through March Madness. I think it's a ton of value. If you guys are betting on college basketball daily or weekly, I think you're going to make your value back. When it comes to March Madness, we cleaned up using this method last year. So I do personally think it's a very valuable tool. And I hope that you guys have been able to use it in the free version and derive value and see how you can add this to your kind of repertoire for finding edge, betting on games, quantifying, and adding it to a process, because that's really important. Reese, I thank you. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. All the people on the YouTube, All the people on the TikTok, any thoughts on UAB versus South Florida? Sure. That'll be the last one we give out. South Florida. Hopefully I have it. I don't even know if I have South Florida. I do not have South Florida UAB. Let's just double check. No, I don't have UAB forecast yet. Do they play tomorrow? Maybe could I the reason I don't like playing overs as much is because then I have to do a bunch of research on injuries. But some overs that you'll need to research that could be value. Oregon State versus St. Mary's over 126.5. Richmond and Davidson over 135.5. And North Texas Tulane over 122.5. Wow, that's a woo. Yeah, research those. On the under, Kent State under 139, Appalachian State under 142, and Georgia State under 160. Wow, that's a big total. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off. Enjoy everything. Enjoy tonight's games, and I will talk to you all very soon. I'll try to go live tomorrow a little bit. YouTube. All right, guys. Well, be well. I will we'll try to go live here tomorrow. If you're not already following, give us a follow. And you'll be notified of all of our thing. There is an opportunity here. You can get 40% off if you use a promo and get one other person to sign up. You can get 40% off. So if that's interesting to you, go use it. All right, guys. Be well. Talk to you soon. Take care.